Listen up.
It's the number one voice of the tri-state. I'm number one. It's Cooking Up 215. So let the show begin.
Turn me up.
Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Smooth.
And it's your girl Lex.
And this is Cooking Up 215, where we get you up close and personal with your favorite artists, entrepreneurs, shakers, and move makers. And today we got a major guest in the building with us. We got my man Shawn Smith in the house.
It's cracking. Happy to be
AKA
here.
Young Savage, you know what I mean?
Pleasure.
The
It
old days,
really
you know what I'm
is.
saying?
Savage, yeah.
It
You gotta
really
be
is.
tapped in to know that, for real.
Yeah, for real. It's so crazy, man, to have you here. Like we spoke before, you know, Shawn was supposed to been come around, like, you know, when we first was doing this thing, and it just timing, man. We wait on the universe time, and here we are. You here, and you doing good, man. You looking real blessed out there. You at all the
Appreciate
Roc
you.
Nation brunches.
Mm-hmm.
You dropping bars on every cipher possible, and they starting to see it. But I remember seeing Young Savage and seeing like, yo,
Yeah, okay.
this bull crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was
Definitely
like
was a journey,
Yeah.
for sure.
it was
yeah.
like the end of
That
like
was
the
everything.
DVD days. I want to say like you made it right there when the DVDs
Right
was
before it
ending.
ended.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
I'm
before
so
the
happy
ending.
about that, too.
You was starting
Okay.
to get your name out there, the individuals and all
Facts,
that.
Yeah.
Did you
That
ever
was
get
amazing.
any Meek Mill comparisons during that time? Like, did anybody ever say something like, "Oh, you like a
Never-
little Meek"?
Never comparisons, nah. Probably,
Okay.
if anything, because we was from Philly and I probably was trying to scream like him or something like that, but
Right.
that was probably it, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know, you had the individuals too, so that was the thing. You know, Meek
yeah.
always had
But
Exactly.
Meek was so heavy, like, I feel like, even me at the time, we all just trying to make songs like how he
Right.
was making them, because like he was getting them out of here, you know what I'm saying? So I was just trying to follow that say, you feel me?
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
And of course, I know you've been rapping since like what, 9, 10?
Yeah,
You've
like
been
9
rapping
or
since
10.
9 and 10.
Yeah.
And then what? Your brother was like, listen to this, what was it, Kanye West?
Exactly.
This Kanye West mixtape
Mixtape,
real quick. And you was
yeah.
like, well, you rap and this sounds good. I know he raps, so you probably were like, this is everything.
Hell yeah.
What in the world at 9 and 10 years old were you even thinking?
Man, at first I was just chasing my brother around, but when I did hear the Kanye mixtape, you know, this at a time where gangster rap is just like heavy, 50
Yeah.
Cent out, you know what I'm saying? So Kanye took an approach of like the soulful shit.
Yeah.
And he wore the backpacks and all that shit,
Yeah.
but he was still like cultured and cool, and I really liked that shit, and it kind of just inspired me to really
Exactly,
be myself,
to
because my
be
first
you.
couple raps, all gangster shit, like saying wild shit.
Yeah,
but-
that was Young Savage.
yeah.
That was Young Savage.
Very Young Savage, but you know, it kind of teach you like it's cool to like
Yeah.
just have soul and just be
Literally.
yourself or whatever.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And then you went and met, what was that? So how old were you? 16 or 15? I don't know. You met Jimmy the Saint at a cookout, but he knew your stepfather. So is that why y'all even was just talking?
Yeah, probably. That's probably how they got tapped in.
But you was rapping.
yeah, I
So
was
did he
rapping.
see you because he your stepdad, or was it because you was rapping and everybody was like, go, let's put him in a circle. He's just going crazy right now. Like, what
Exactly.
happened?
It was exactly that. We was just rapping. It wound up just being a circle. Wound up just becoming a whole cipher, and I was rapping, and everybody was just tuning in like, yo, whoa, killing it, who the young boy and
Yup.
shit. And after I was done, it was like, oh shit. And you know, everybody like, yo, who are you and are you shit. And he was one of them people that came up and was just like, yo, we're gonna do your mixtape.
Yup,
know,
and
we
you
gonna turn
did the
it to
whole
style.
mixtape.
Whole mixtape.
The
like,
whole mixtape.
One day. I was
One
just
day.
young and hungry.
You made a whole mixtape in one day
Yeah, as soon as I met him, we did it. We went to the studio. And,
after the block party.
After the block party, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Hungry.
Yeah.
He was
that's
hungry.
crazy. I just had a bunch of raps just ready to
Ready.
do whatever.
So Jimmy the Saint was like the first one to put that like kind of battery in your back and kind of tell you like, yo, let's do this.
Yeah,
let's-
for sure.
Let's take this
Like-
and make it a serious situation.
Besides like my little cousins like that was with
You know,
me,
they
or
ride.
like
Yeah.
or my friend that was a producer who was Cannon. We used to just go to the studio and all that. He was the first one that like had the connections, like, yo, I know a studio.
You say
I know
Cannon.
this.
You're not talking
Cannon.
Cannon?
Producer. Oh, not Don Cannon.
Okay, all right.
No.
Yeah,
But
right,
shout out to
exactly.
Don
Where's your
Cannon.
mind
Yeah,
went
because I know
there?
y'all just did something too, so I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
what?
which is crazy.
That's
we gotta
your
get into
homie?
that.
Like, that's
yeah,
wild.
imagine that. We go all way back, but Cannon with the Beats is his name. He used to walk like 10, 15 blocks to the studio every day, and he used to just lace me with beats and all that. So before that, it was like some stuff in line, but when he came, like I really started doing that shit.
Okay. So was this before? I wanted. This is probably after. You went to college for like forensic science.
No, well, cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity. I'm
sorry. Yeah. Well, that was more like even a couple like years. That was like maybe 4 years ago or something like that.
2019.
Yeah, cause I just like tech shit anyway. So I started studying some cybersecurity and like a bunch of other little shit tied to the subject.
That's hard.
But yeah, hopefully in the future I could start just like a tech company or whatever.
That's where it
goes. And you saying it's so like nonchalant right now. Like
yeah,
hopefully in the future I
it's a slow
start
process
a tech company.
for me. Like I be doing
That's
so
big.
much. Like I gotta just chill sometimes.
What made you go from rapping to getting in school for cybersecurity?
I feel like they just really ain't had nothing to do with each other. Like it's just me. Like
it's just you being you. Like you
like
leaving the rap by itself.
But like I film, I act and all that shit. Fashion, styling and all this shit, and like just like software, computer, period.
Just
like,
another facet of
I'm
Shawn
just
Smith.
super into it. So
And then you also draw.
Yeah, that's my first love. Like when I was 10 years old, I gotta find the article, but it's like me in the paper with a little afro, and I'm like, they put me in the paper because I was getting good grades and all that, but I read in the paper.
A student.
They said, "What you want to be when you grow up?" I said, "A cartoonist." So I was like, I wanted to like draw cartoons like full time, like So I started out being an artist.
Like, I'm like
me too.
Cartoon boy.
That's why I was so fascinated.
Like, how you?
I really used to think it was just a big ass book that they just
making it
That just kept
now
on
I see
going.
it's like some computer involved, but like
I used to wonder that because it was
me too. Yeah,
that was the only way you ever seen cartoons made was like somebody would draw this picture, draw another picture, and then
over and over, a little bit slightly, right? Yeah.
So I thought like, damn, they drawing a lot of pictures to make this whole cartoon
perfectly every time. I was like, damn. But
I think that's how it used to be, and I think now it's more everything's animated.
Super
like everything's
advanced,
on the computer, and it's done, and it's over. And that's really cool to me. You would want to do that, or you're like, no, that was just...
I used to want to just draw this shit.
Okay,
like,
that was back then. Okay.
I didn't really know what I wanted.
That's intricate.
But
YouTube and see what the process is.
That's a lot.
Me too.
Now I'm really wondering.
That's a lot.
Yeah, but I just like the art of things anyway. I used to like drawing people's arms in their notebooks and shit in school.
I love that.
Like that.
I love that. And wait a second, you did the mixtape. How long after that did you do that 20-minute freestyle? And right now it has like 1.2 million views right now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah, that's crazy. I think that was probably like maybe a year after that, or like maybe 8 months or something.
After the first mixtape?
Yeah, but I remember doing a lot of freestyles and I was like, damn, like I can't get nowhere just freestyling. So I gotta really get in the studio and like learn how to make songs.
Put some shit together.
One of the first songs I made was Work 'Em. That was like the biggest song at the time.
Yeah.
Me and Charlie Heat locked in and did that, and we just like kept doing songs.
Yeah.
And there's always been like a balance of like doing music, but like giving people like freestyle content and shit.
I think that's like the Philly route. You know what I mean? It's kind of what we do. Like, killing with the bars, and then eventually you get an opportunity to show them your craftsmanship with a good song. And then you still stay relevant by giving them some crazy bars. Don't let them, you know what I mean?
And they usually say that niggas that's freestyling can't really make songs and shit. And I ain't really like that, because if I'm doing all this freestyling and niggas don't want to listen to my songs, I'd be hot. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, it's weird to say, but like I was like, damn, do I fall back on freestyling and putting out more songs? But falling back on freestyling mean like they don't know where the fuck I'm at, because that's what people love the most. You know what I'm saying? So
was that part of your hiatus when you kind of stepped away from music? Was it? I
don't think so.
Was it the freestyling?
I think I just stepped away because I didn't really like who I was probably dealing with at the time or how things was going. So I kind of just need to step back and reassess and like figure out how to get my own things in order on my own. Get a hard
reset going.
Yeah, just like for me. Right. And I didn't know like how long it would take, or if it even was like a hiatus or something like that. But
how long it would take for you to find?
Yeah, I didn't even know that I was looking for something. I was just like, I knew one day I was gonna like do music again, and like eventually like do music. So when I came out, I didn't really care about the name change or something. I was just
when you came back with the Shawn Smith,
you
didn't think too hard on it.
I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, it's hot, it's hot.
That's what you gotta do though.
Yeah,
I tell people that.
Yeah.
I tell people, I'm like, yo, you could name anything, whatever you want. You can name it shit, whatever. But if it's hot and you got that reputation for having like a you know, a certain caliber of rap, people gonna take to it regardless. Because a lot of people
Facts.
think too hard sometimes. You trying to put all this into your name. You want your name to be the right name. Or that's to this or that's to that. But the people, once you give it to them, they take whatever you give them.
Facts.
As what it is. They not thinking as hard as you thinking.
Yeah, you got to paint the picture.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And once you put it together and connect the dots, for them, they, oh, okay. You know what I mean?
agree.
They like, oh, I see
agree.
it. But I definitely think that it was a smart move. You know, dropping the Young Savage and becoming Shawn Smith. I always tell people, I feel like it's longevity in being yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you
I agree.
When you got something like Young Savage, you become a character. You know what I mean? It's
and you gotta watch the titles you put on yourself and shit too.
Right.
You know? So
Exactly.
They expect you to be a Young Savage.
if I ain't ready to live a savage lifestyle,
Don't be
nigga, I'm
calling
Shawn
yourself
Smith.
that. Yeah.
And I'm just Shawn Smith. That
Don't be
makes
yelling
sense.
savage. You ain't trying to be a savage out here.
Yeah, like you
know
feel
what I
me,
mean?
like, but you know, being a savage, like, especially where I come from, like, there's a lot of things that could like make you a savage, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be a
Niggas
savage.
grow
either
up,
way.
like, yeah,
you could be
really
a savage
fucked up.
just for rapping. I'm just a
Yeah,
savage
I mean,
on the
like-
beat, like, you know what I mean?
Some of the shit out of your circumstance, cause you know our environment, like we really set up in the bullshit. So like, people
Started,
really be
yeah.
tweaking out, cause
Born
of
in it.
like born in this type shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
definitely
wait a
crazy.
second. Tell me about, so we're talking about Shawn Smith. So just tell me like the intricacies and like all the details of Deshaun Johnson Smith. Like
Okay,
tell
I'm
me.
crying.
Drop your whole government.
Like tell me the full, tell me everything. Tell me. Especially growing up in Southwest.
Yeah, growing up in Southwest, like.
And
I
let
feel
me
like,
add a part. I gotta add one. The part about, you said one time in a rap, you were like, your mom was embarrassed about having a baby dad as a fiend. Tell me about that. Like,
Well,
tell me about how that was.
Well, my upbringing was like, I feel like I had a similar upbringing to like any Philly kid. Like we all had the same like similar struggles or whatever. My pop obviously had his own like different struggles. So like
Yeah.
relationship with him was like kind of weird, and him and
Yeah.
my mom like went through a lot of bullshit. But the coolest thing about that, like even where we come from, like all
Yeah.
the bullshit we've been through, or even prior to like my life, like
Yeah.
my parents' life. I think even now they can't really even recognize like how big this shit could be. Like they still like happy and like,
Yeah.
you know, my parents like everything I do, they like, yo, that's fucking amazing. 'Cause, you know,
Yeah.
we from Southwest, so like
Exactly.
Every
and they
little
like,
thing is
yeah, like
Everything.
seeing me on the screen and shit like that, like it fuck them up, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's good, but you know, upbringing was just, I don't feel like it was like bad or nothing. It was just like everybody else, or I knew people that was like worse.
Yeah.
For me, how I view my upbringing is, you know, Philly really teach you how to move, like not to like
I agree with
beat
that.
Joe Dicky too much, get yourself in trouble, see shit, not say shit, or like, you know,
Yeah.
just mind your business type shit.
That's a fact.
That's when I was a kid. That's what I learned. So I really was raised by like real street shit, but I'm really into art. You feel me?
Right.
Like, so
Yeah.
like always drawing, like, you know, and then when I started rapping, like I was like 9 and shit like that.
Yeah.
I used to be in the crib rapping all day. My parents just had to tell me, shut the fuck up. Scream downstairs, like, shut up. And I just kept rapping, and that shit really just unfolded. And I really had my whole hood really behind my back, because
Yeah.
the way they see that shit just like happen.
Yeah.
I just
They
never
see-
stopped.
yeah, they see
Yeah, it's
the steps.
persistence. And I think that's
Yeah.
one thing I probably can say that a lot of people learn from me is like staying persistent.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I,
Exactly.
you know.
No, that's
Exactly.
definitely a major thing. So, given your persistence, I feel like once you deemed, you know, sink or swim, is that your label, like your own thing?
Yeah, sink or swim. That's
yeah.
the movement.
So
for
once
sure.
I feel like you created Sink or Swim, and Shawn Smith is when like a lot of things started to flourish, and you kind of like
Yeah.
you started to head upward, and you were seeing the momentum
Yeah.
you wanted to see. So you did the Doomsday Cipher with Sway.
Yeah.
Was that like your first major come out type vibe, like where you was giving everybody
Shawn-
Shawn
yeah,
Smith and
matter
really
of
dropping
fact.
on them?
It might have been, yeah. Yeah, I think that was the first round.
joint? Yeah.
It was a hell of a first step. Like that's a platform.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
Like, that shit was popping.
And the crazy part, Wallow had, kind of pretty much propped you up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He like, oh yeah, that's my guy. Like he's a spitter.
Yo,
Don't have nobody on the cipher. Like he
that's my
played the
dog. If I
runway
call
for
him
you.
right now, it talk for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like 45 minutes straight, which is love. You can't get that out of somebody that got as much success as he do.
Right.
And like, he don't have to tell. Like, he could be chilling. You know what I'm saying?
He
But
could
like,
be giving the words to
he
somebody
still
else.
care that much to tap in.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
So he a real one. The Sway shit, man. When I did that interview, I was like, I don't know. I was nervous as shit the whole fucking time. 'Cause I watched a lot of Sway coming up. So like, just being there, it felt different than just watching it. You know what I'm saying?
for sure.
So when it was time to rap, I just
Yeah.
fucking rap. And
Just
I'll be
going.
looking at my interview part, I'll be like, what the fuck am I saying? Like, I just sit there like, I was just nervous as shit, but it was a good
That
opportunity.
makes sense.
Nah, for
That
sure.
makes sense.
Did something come from that? Like did
Hell
any
yeah.
of the other things that happened in your life came specifically from that Sway moment?
Yeah, even if it wasn't like displayed, like if it wasn't on the platform,
Still kind of
just a lot of connections,
Right.
like producers, people who've been in the game mad long, a relationship with Sway, which
That's
is
dope.
like
Yeah.
incredibly valuable because
Yeah.
he's really respected and like
Sway
got
one
into
of the originals in the
relationships.
culture.
Yeah, he been
you
in
know
the
what I
game.
mean?
Like,
he like the big boys and the DJ inquires
Yeah.
and shit. Like he one of those staples that's
Yeah, he cool
been
as
in the
shit.
game for a long time.
mm-hmm.
Now
So-
he's had his own platform for the longest now.
Facts. Yeah, so it's good linking with them. That's like fam over there. Heather B too.
Super,
Speaking of family, so I feel like I always get into the past, so forgive me.
Okay.
So, okay, I'm gonna ask you 2 questions. Okay, tell me about Yvette Sneed. Tell me
Okay.
about her.
My
What was
mom.
it like?
That's my mom.
And you made a song called Yvette's Son.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, like, listening to the song, you're not really getting too deep into your relationship with your mom. Like, but then there's moments where it seems like you got that deep and then it went to another verse. Like, it just kept going back and forth. So what is, like, your relationship? Like, how is your relationship with your mom? Like, how do you feel like at this point? And now you're about to be, so you're 1993. And I'm 1994, so you got to be 28, 27.
29.
You about to be 27. It means you're about to be 20. 1993 and I'm 94.
Yeah,
my
girl,
math.
if you turning 30, then
My
you
math.
turning 29.
My math. My math didn't math. I'm like, if
I feel
I'm
you.
younger than you.
You getting old.
You about to be 30 in July 17th.
Yeah. Yep.
18th. 17th.
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 Yep.
You finna be 30. I just forgot my question. You about to be 30.
No cat.
Wait a second. Tell me about, like, what are you going to do for your 30th birthday? But then also, here goes a deeper question. What would you say to the young Savage? Like, tell me the young Savage. Like, tell me what you would say to young Savage at this point. Now that you're about to be 30, what would you say to young Savage?
I don't know. I would probably just say, just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like the typical advice, because it sounds typical when you say it, but sometimes that's all you really need to know. Cause
Yeah.
a lot of the outcomes is
You
like
don't want to mess it up.
uncontrollable. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's just destiny. Things gotta sometimes go wrong there.
Exactly. I was just about to say that you probably wouldn't have needed
Yeah.
everything that happened to
Yeah.
happen.
I
You
feel
could
I
get
feel like
here.
you still, it's like you took your own advice. It's like you already advised yourself. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
you stayed in there.
Exactly.
Because you could have quit. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Even
Exactly.
when you missed the train on the battle rap shit, you could have felt as though like, damn.
I don't feel
It's
like I
not
missed
even
the
as
train
hot.
because I never cared
You
to.
didn't. I mean, that's the whole
Yeah.
thing. I feel like you're doing
never
better
cared
now
about rap.
than, like you said, you feel like you're
Battle
glad
rap.
you didn't
Them niggas
take off
be-
back then.
Yeah, that's a little
Oh
serious.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
Them
Yeah,
niggas
that's a
be
little
busy.
different.
Because there's a difference between battle rap now and battle rap back then.
It
Like
is,
the
yeah.
DVD battle rap
is.
was just, you was freestyling, giving it to him, but it wasn't that direct one-on-one. And the platform, as large as it was, I feel like now it's larger with the URL shit.
I agree.
But it's still one of them things where you can get caught in a box. I feel like it's
Yeah,
there's
I
some,
agree.
There's some
Yeah.
that's trying
Yeah.
to battle it.
It's like that freestyling shit we was talking about.
Right.
Like battling
Yeah.
too much, they feel like
That's all you
can't
they
make
feel
a
like you're a
song.
one-trick pony.
That's
They're
right.
gonna start
So-
counting on you just to do that.
Because that's all you're
When
known
you try
for.
to give them something else,
Yeah.
they're like, nah,
I know
spit
what
that
you mean.
verse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's how
right.
they get.
Give back to that
people,
one
the people
thing.
get crazy,
Yeah.
especially now. Instagram and shit is the worst. So now they feel like they then control and own you when you're an artist. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep, make a bad comment. Yep, they'll know how to run your life.
They want you to drop every day.
Yep.
They want to run your life.
They'll run your life quick.
But even in speaking of battles and shit too. So 2018, well, you did a lot of things in 2018. You did the BET Award Cypher.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was heavy.
That was popping.
Casanova, everybody was on that.
Yup.
What was that like? Cause now you award show type vibe. Like, you know what I mean? It's one thing to be at the radio. It's another thing to be at the award shows.
Yeah, it felt cool, man. Like, I was hyped to meet DJ Premier. He was DJing at that joint, and
that's hard.
Yeah, we did it like, I remember just doing it 20 times, literally, like the tape. So like, even when they show it, I feel like it's so chopped. Like,
it's nothing like how you.
Like, I could never listen to it back. I probably ain't hear it since it dropped. But other people listen to it, they be like, "Oh, it sound cool." To me, it sound like nuts, because I know it's like a bunch of different takes. But all in all, the opportunity was like dream come true.
Do they take bars out?
No, they probably like make it shorter. Cause like I just rap like for as long as I want. But when it come out, when they show on the screen though, it look amazing though. Yeah. Like you just happy to like see yourself blow up like that. So yeah, shout out to them for that.
And then what? 2019, you met Jay-Z.
Yeah, was it? Yeah, I think 2019
you met Jay-Z.
Roc Nation
first joint.
Tell me the feelings and emotions in that moment.
It's cool.
Your true feelings, like were you like shaking?
Is like, not shaking, but it's like,
you know, shaking.
He's so cool. He down to earth. Feel like,
right.
He don't give you like, at least he didn't make me feel like that. Like he's just like cool. Like he'll walk up to you and be like, "What's up?" But still carry your head high type thing. Like, so that's my favorite rapper. So, you know, me and him was definitely like
I was gonna ask that. Like, what was Jay-Z like? Somebody that you looked up to when it came to music and shit like that? You know, because a lot of us did, but you got some people who are naysayers and they rather like.
Yeah, I got a few people who I really just look up to on some like rap shit. Jay-Z for sure, number one, because I just think he's the best rapper. And I like his business moves, all that. Right. I like Kanye West for sure. I think he's just a genius. Lil Wayne was like my favorite rapper, like since I was a kid. And 50 Cent, like. I love 50 Cent.
50's my guy.
50 really had to battle like industry shit, street shit, all at one time to really break through the door and be like the biggest artist in the game.
And then the crazy part, like if you read like 50 book,
I read all of them.
You read the book
4 times. Like,
hey yo, it's like once you read the book, it's like peeling layers off an onion.
Yeah.
The way he
tell me about it, cause I need to understand.
It's just like so much you would think is him being a bully or him, you know, just being an asshole in the industry, just trying to take shit by storm. But it was like, he was really battling things. So like 50 was getting a little older. Dudes wasn't trying to mess with him with the music. Like he was really trying to get into the game. So he finally figured out his little angles and ways to handle shit in order to make noise in the game. And you could just tell by the way he was maneuvering. But his mind is so business. He has a business mentality. He approached everything with business. So even when it came down to that shit, it was a business move. Him using people's names was a business move, and that became a new thing where people use niggas' names. I
was about to say that's real right now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That wasn't something that was like prevalent back then. It wasn't. At least on the level he was doing it. Yeah. He was getting straight up disrespectful in your face and still was
even
around.
with DJ Khaled
and he really dive
and all
in
that.
on the book. Like,
he go all the way in on that
Hustle
book.
Harder, Hustle Smarter, I think it's called. Yeah. That's the one I really
that's
tapped
the joint.
into. Like,
that joint is crazy.
You can read that shit over and over.
It changes your mindset. Just the way you approach things. It's like all this shit really planned in a certain way. Like he's not doing anything out of just he's a calculated person, should I say. Every move is calculated. So if he's doing this and he's dropping this and it seems like he's just bullying somebody, it's a calculated move.
It was already
you know what I mean?
calculated.
So it's like just when you got a person like that, it's just crazy. And it, like he talks about how nobody wanted to fuck with him, and then he got with M and dealing with Dre, dealing with the game, and how that worked with bringing a West Coast dude and giving him all them tracks they gave him and all that shit. Like it was crazy. Yeah. And being an East Coast dude on a West Coast dude label. Cause he from New York, but he was on West Coast label, which was Aftermath and shit like that.
Yep.
So when he get into that, it's
He
just
definitely
deep.
was on there.
It's just
Yeah,
super
he
dope,
definitely
like,
got a story.
Yeah,
man.
that's deep.
I don't know. Do Jay got books? Jay got a book?
Yeah, he got Decoded. I
He
stole
did
that
have,
from somebody back in the day.
I think I might have had that joint,
forgot
but I
about
don't
that.
think I
That's
read it
terrible.
though.
Matter of
Yeah, I
fact, I
forgot
stole
about
that from
that.
a library, matter of fact, around my way.
Yeah.
You
And I was like,
stole
I
it.
just paid for it.
Because they
And
had
I'm
like a goat head or something on the front of that joint or something, right? It was something like that on the front of the
It wasn't a
joint.
goat. It was like some art, like some gold art. I think it was like.
I think it's
like
supposed to
some
mimic a
Givenchy or
goat
something.
head. It looked like some. I think it's supposed to be
Smooth,
like,
like,
goat
look,
head.
I
He a
thought
goat,
that's what I
though.
thought it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, yo,
But
it's
I
like
do
gold.
remember-
Exactly.
But I need to read that though, because that's definitely a book I like to read. Jay come
No,
out,
it's great.
though.
He breaking down his
that
lyrics
was
and all
deep.
that. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a great book. Yeah.
So was that your first time meeting Jay at the Roc Nation brunch?
Yeah. Yep.
That was your first time meeting.
That was my first time meeting him.
Are you signed to Roc Nation?
Mm-hmm.
You are. Okay. That's hard.
How you feel by saying that? Just like, how does that make you feel? Just to say
It's an
that.
honor, but I feel like what they stand for, I really rock with. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They stand for the real shit that I really rock
Wait, from
with.
2019 to 2023, you just got signed in April?
No, not this April. Like,
It was last
Like you was
April.
signed
Yeah.
since 2018.
yeah, 19.
You got signed back
18.
then?
Back then, yep.
Yeah.
You've been signed for that long.
Yeah, yep.
Because I feel like you can tell with the certain things you was dropping, it was kind of like you could
Yeah.
tell you got a situation
That would make a
going
lot
on.
more
I think you
sense.
had your Roc Nation Paper Planes hat and all that type
Oh
of
yeah,
shit.
probably, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Probably,
I
yeah.
would, you know what I mean? Rock the Paper Planes.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Wow.
definitely,
I love
it's an
that,
honor
though.
to partner with them.
Yeah. So then you also did the, well, I know you did Roost Picnic before, but you actually performed with Black Thought.
Yeah,
And all
in
that.
New York, that shit was popping. I think Common was on the stage and
Yeah.
Talib Kweli and shit.
Yup, all
Yeah,
over
we
there.
was freestyling on the stage down there at the Gramercy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So what's that like?
popping.
What was that like? Period. Because you were
Black Thought, the homie, like that's he damn near like a mentor.
Okay.
So like if I go to New York and like he out there, invite me to the Tonight Show,
Damn.
go eat some sushi or some shit.
Just chill shit.
Yeah, so on this particular night he performing down there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna come down there or whatever. But he texts like, yo, stay by the stage. I might could get you up there. And that's exactly what he did. Like I was by the stage. And he was like, yo,
Wow.
come freestyle. And I didn't know who was on the stage. I just gave all the rapping and shit. I look over Common there and shit. Tyler Quali. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Wow.
They some
That's
top
a real OG.
lyricists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
tier
different.
Yeah, that was
lyricism on that
crazy.
stage.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And do people try to compare you to them or Kendrick? Do people compare? Because you
no,
do
I
sound
think-
like Kendrick on
I
a
think
lot
the
of your songs.
comparison, like, if they say like that, like, oh, it's a like Kendrick,
Yeah,
the sound, like,
your
yeah.
voice.
But
Yeah.
never like compare like, oh, who's better? I never really
Yeah,
got that
no,
yet.
definitely
yeah.
not. But I can hear
But I
Kendrick.
know that's what come with being a new artist. Like,
Yeah,
they gotta
yeah.
just connect you to
They
something.
gotta,
you're familiar
yes.
to.
I was just about to say, especially
Yeah.
when you say like conscious rap, like that's something I hear a lot of people saying
And
now.
I don't feel like I do that. I don't like to put that.
I
name
feel
on
like
it.
why would it be conscious?
I don't like to put no name on
rap?
my shit. Like
I would just
And
say
conscious
rap.
rap making me sound like
Yeah.
third
Like
eye,
an activist.
heavy third eye.
Yeah,
bull,
that
and I'm
just sounds
not
so
that. You
weird.
know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, that does.
You're just an
sound weird.
artist.
No matter what like perception people might get, like Izzy type, like I don't know, maybe they just gotta meet me or just see me more.
Yeah.
But like they don't really give conscious
Or dig all the way deep.
or
Yup.
backpack.
Yeah.
Or not even just street. I'm just
Yeah.
really like
I think you just like you're an artist, bro, and your thing is wordplay. Like your
Yeah.
whole thing is
Yeah.
like how much can I play with the words?
yeah.
And I
just
think you go
for
into
sure.
every track
and-
like that.
Yeah, for sure, bro. That can't die. That's hip hop to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's hip hop. So
I had some. I mean, we about to get into the second half to get more
Okay.
deeper into how we feel about hip hop and everything. You ready for this food?
yeah, for sure. It's actual food.
Yeah, it's actually
Oh,
food. Man. We
shit.
gonna- It's cooking up. Man.
I'm crying.
It's your boy Smooth.
And it's your girl Lex.
We sitting here with Shawn Smith. We about to get to this food and we be right back. Let's go.
Let's go.
It's our favorite part of the show.
That's your favorite.
Yes, sir. Ah, chef, what you got cooking?
You already know.
Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Smooth, and it is my favorite part of the show. It is time to get into that food. And one of our long-standing chefs, she always in the building. Chef Dina is with me right now. Say hi to the people, Chef Dina.
Hello.
I know she be acting shy, but you know. She's been here. She should be a pro by now, but you know.
Yeah.
We gonna get it there. We're gonna get it right.
I'm getting there.
So let the people know what you got for me today.
Today we have our lamb chicken kebabs. It is garlic parmesan lamb chops, seared to perfection, with
lamb chops.
our butter garlic wings, Mexican corn, and broccoli.
Looking good. And some fresh broccoli too. The whole head of broccoli.
Yeah.
I was about to say lettuce. Whole head of broccoli. But yeah, no, this looking popping. I can't wait to taste this corn too. That corn looking
Yeah, that corn is
straight
it.
from the carnival. I'm trying
Yeah.
to see what it's hitting for. So let the people know how they could get with you. Get them some of this good food.
Yep, you can go follow me at G Kitchen on Instagram. That's GKitchen__. And there's a link in my bio.
So listen, y'all already know it's your boy Smooth. Chef Dina representing G's Kitchen. It's cooking at 215. Let's get back to the show. Let's go. Y'all already know who it is. Your boy Smooth.
And it's your girl Lex.
And we right back at it. We still saying, oh my God,
Shawn
Smith in the
Smith, what
building.
up? What up?
Blessed by Miss Chef Dina with this
Woo.
good old eats real quick. I'm
Yeah, this
talking
is crazy.
Amazing.
the corn. The
This is
corn
crazy.
like
He
it
said
look like
the
it's
corn.
fake, you know what
The
I'm saying?
corn. Why you
like,
saying the corn like that?
It looks
I
special.
feel you though.
The
You know what I'm saying?
corn.
This ain't just corn, it's corn.
Yeah.
Hey, gotta put a little emphasis on it.
It's
Okay.
corn. That is hilarious.
It's the time when we, you know,
that sound like that little boy.
with the corn.
It's corn.
Yeah, the young boy. I feel him.
Yes, that was
feel
good.
Let me eat that.
I got the diet portion, everybody. So, and it's still gonna be amazing.
Oh shit, I keep on. That's how tender the broccoli is. You know what I'm saying?
And what's
I
her
feel like I'm gonna
Instagram
make a
name?
mess.
That's G's Kitchen.
G's.
G Kitchen.
Spell it.
You want me
Oh,
to
you
spell it?
hungry? Look, I let you eat.
Say it again.
I let you eat. He like, look, I need to take this real quick.
I'm gonna forget we like having a discussion. Like
Mm-hmm.
I might lock in. Like
That's how I go. They know once I get to eating, I'm eating. Like, you know,
That's
you gotta
terrible.
give, you gotta
Yeah,
give me at
that's
least a
it.
little cool 2 minutes. Like, you know what I mean?
curtains. I might nap at the end of this room.
Let me get in that joint.
That's
a little bit.
hilarious. Well, let me let him take a bite. Can I ask you a question?
Hmm.
Tell me, do you feel like you were a group with Mom Brown, Young Sam? Were y'all, what was it, Wade?
Brian Wade and Bosch.
Bron, Wade, and Bosch.
Yeah.
Were y'all a group? You think you were a group or?
I think we was trying to do like a couple songs together.
Yes.
Like, just
It
to
looked
come
like y'all
together.
were
It was
like,
pretty
let's be a
cool.
team. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden it was over. But it definitely
You
seemed
know
like
who
y'all
orchestrated
were.
that? Charlie Heat.
That's
For real?
funny.
Yeah, Charlie Heat.
He thought y'all were Bron, Wade, and Bosch.
Yeah.
Wait,
it
tell me
dope to
who
do.
was Bron, Wade, and Bosch. Tell me who was who.
It's funny because we never like said who it was, but like on
What?
the
You just
first track,
assumed?
I think Young Sam rapped first, and he was like, "I'm LeBron."
You was okay. Yeah, he's like, I need to
was
be this
like,
person.
I was
This
like,
is
"We
me.
bodied that." I was like, "Damn."
That's funny. So you,
yeah, I
who would
think-
you be if he Bron?
I guess if he Bron, I said I was Wade, but
Yeah.
like
And then Mom Brown is Bosch.
essentially,
be.
but
He
we
would have
wasn't
to be,
really. It was
yeah.
just Brian Wade and Bosch. Who was just
Exactly. So y'all was
nobody.
a
thing,
little
like,
group.
yeah, it's when they was popping though. Like
Yeah.
that's because that don't got
When
nothing
they
to do
was
with Philly,
popping.
but like
Exactly.
like okay.
They just was getting championships, so you know
Yeah.
we had to use it.
That
yeah,
is hilarious.
it was popping at the time.
And how old are they compared to you at that time?
It's
Like,
corn,
how
yeah.
would that? Yo, look at you.
I think it was only like a couple years
You
older
look
than
hilarious.
It's corn, yeah.
I could tell. I could
Oh,
tell.
John
You were a
Corn
couple
crazy.
years older. Tell me.
I think I was just a couple years younger. I talk to Mom Brown still to this day.
I was about to say.
I haven't talked to
is he
Young
the
Sam, but we
same
cool.
age? Yeah,
He doing his thing.
he is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you talk? Do you go see him in California or?
I've seen him in California, yeah, courted him in Philly,
Yeah,
you know, just in traffic, but he
Yeah.
always in the mix, so.
definitely always in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the first people we interviewed. So that was like
Oh, yeah?
such a good.
Yeah,
what was that?
What year was that?
20?
I was
Wow.
like 17.
Niggas don't know, Mom
16,
Brown
17.
had a nice, like, rap career. Like, he had songs that was taking off, like, Super Crazy, Dumb, Stupid.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, yeah, that was good.
Who
Yeah, that was
Cooler Than
actually
Me?
good.
Niggas don't know about that. Y'all ever heard Who Cooler Than Me?
Mm-hmm.
back in the day. Now I was a kid in school
I was
watching
about to
that
say
shit.
that. I
For real?
don't even remember.
And I was watching my Brown like, who cooler than me? Who cooler than me? And I was like, yo, look at this video. Yeah, Gilly out there. They was at Southwest. I was,
They had a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
I was a little ass kid. You feel me?
That's the thing. I guess that's what probably actually made my a good A&R. Or like to put him in his position.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely, yeah.
it was like
Got
He
good
just-
ear. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, he just
He
understood
had a good ear.
how to make certain things go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think it was like, and he said it before himself too. Like he knew he wasn't like the hottest rapper. Even when he had the astronauts and all that shit, it was like,
It's like, do you gotta be?
yeah, it was just more so about giving
You know what I'm saying?
the whole package and understanding how to
Right.
work it more than anything.
Right.
And he
Niggas
just knew how.
niggas be rapping like shit, but don't got no package. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They be
Pause.
trash and don't understand. they be trash
That was
and
crazy.
don't understand
Oh my
the
gosh.
business behind it. Like you know
That's
what I mean?
right though.
Like you gotta know
That
how
is
to
right.
to really put a
cap,
record
though.
together and how to work the record to get it to where it's
Yeah.
supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
And he
You
just
know,
knew how.
I was
He
about to
always had
say
his
he
business
also
right.
did that. What is it? Kickback? The kickback?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like that
The
also
festival
made
type
him.
joint, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that joint. Listen, man, they know the beard is a bib when I'm eating.
It definitely is a biz.
It's gonna
'cause
catch.
You catching everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Pause
I-
on that joint too,
Yeah,
but
you catching everything.
yeah, it's going.
This is hilarious.
It's gonna keep my
in
shirt
there
clean.
At that
Like,
point,
that's
like,
it.
look,
It's
it's
just-
a part of his outfit, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna keep my shirt
It's
clean. Like
over.
that's all I wanted to do
Yeah.
is make sure they don't fuck my
I'm
shirt.
sorry.
Shirt.
You know what I'm saying?
It be
Yo,
like
he's
that. Say no, I don't
hilarious.
got no beard, so I don't know.
You got a little something growing in. I see you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, chill.
What made you come over? Like you shaved your joint all the way off?
Yeah, I shaved my joint. I don't know. I dyed it at one point, but nobody
For real?
knew I dyed it.
Ain't nobody see it?
Yeah, nobody see it.
What made you decide to let the hair go?
I don't know. I felt like it just looked best on me. Plus, I want to get it tatted. Like I seen my Brown got it tatted.
Oh my gosh, that actually
Like I
looks
want to get some
really
little
cool
tats.
on him.
My homie Mout got his shit tatted too. So
I just said something to my shorty. I'm like, hey, I'm about to get my head tatted, babe. She like, what the fuck? No, the fuck you not. I'm like, yo,
cannot
that joint, I look a
Get a
little
little
wavy.
joint on the side
You know
first.
what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
now on the side.
I'm gonna
would
get some
actually
shit
be
around
cool,
here.
though. Yeah, on the side.
I mean,
might
cause
be cool.
my thing, all right, so it's like I got the neck joint, so I was like, all right, just wrap that joint and come up the back a little bit. That'll give you like a little understanding of what's gonna look like.
Yeah.
But I already know how it's gonna look, cause it's like, you know what I mean?
yeah, right.
I got the
if I don't like
beard
it, I
with the
just
shades,
let my
it's
shit
gonna
grow
go
over
right.
it.
That's hilarious.
I mean, well, see, I ain't gonna be able to let no hair grow over it.
Oh
though.
yeah, I feel
My
you.
shit
So
don't
your
look
shit
like
gotta
that.
be hard. Like,
Yeah.
No
It gotta be
mistake.
timeless pieces. It gotta
Yeah,
be
masterpiece.
timeless art. It can't be no shit that.
Sistine Chapel shit.
Yeah, it
like,
can't be no shit that go out of style next year. And I be
Right.
looking crazy.
Yep.
You gotta get a cover up. Next thing you know, I'm gonna just tell them, just go and shade all that shit. And
Yep.
give me a hairline and
You
all
might
that.
as well.
Yeah.
Just
Give
get
me-
the
give me the
tattoo, do
Tory
the whole thing.
Lanez.
Yeah.
I'm
Give
crying.
me the
Yeah.
Tory Lane. Shape all of my shit up. Like, you know what I mean? Give me tight. Give me right. Give me the Akon. Akon joint be like this.
I'm
like,
crying. He said the Akon.
The
his joint be dark. I'm
Akon.
like, damn, Akon, you like, it's one thing to get that shit feel thin, but he put that motherfucker to the brim. He put that motherfucker right there. He brought that joint all the way down.
What is wrong
Like,
with
wow.
you?
But so how has life been for you since signing the Roc Nation?
It's been good. Been able to move around and just learn the business a lot more. Make connections, make relationships. Pretty much just, most importantly, just learning the business and how to tie it in and create a way, like not just milking the business, you know what I'm saying? But like learning the business in a way that you can build a team off of it. You feel me? Like, so I like that aspect about it. It ain't like a,
To benefit.
we just
for
doing it
in
for
a
the fuck
sense.
of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I feel like you're in a great position because you get some artists who come in the game and they're coming in off a hot record. They're coming in off that crazy vicious momentum.
yeah, I always said that,
That
like, I
forces
don't
you to
know.
kind of learn on
Yeah.
the fly.
Mm-hmm.
Some people slipping shit in your contracts and you won't get the chance to really read that joint because you know what I mean? It's go, go, go.
Yeah, for
I feel
sure.
like you came in where it's like pure talent. We could take our time. We could truly develop. We could truly shape this shit the way we want it to be. That's a much better way
agree.
to do it. But
Yeah,
it's
I
funny. What you about to say?
No, I just said I agree. Like any way that's any way I'm destined for, I feel like is the best way for me.
Right.
I feel like, you know what I mean?
What's meant to be. It's going
If I work out, I know I could sit up and be like, I'm glad it turned out that way. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like crazy because I feel like you like us in the sense where it's like cooking up. We not like, we don't chase certain shit. Like we not looking for all like the negative stories and people beefing and chasing that type of stuff. So whereas though your music is just you, it's just pure music.
Hold it in.
It's more about the art. You're not chasing the sound. You're not doing drill because drill is, you know, popping right now. You're really doing your thing. And it takes a little more time to
No cap, like
bring it full surface.
I love creating, like even God was a creator.
Okay, where you going with this? Come on.
I'm just saying, like,
Come on.
like creating is like, I feel like the most important thing about art is it preserves, you know what I'm saying? So like later on in history, and I always think about the future, I feel like people got a funny way of wiping away certain history they don't want you to see.
So
We've
that's
seen it in our day.
art.
So when we make art, like,
Makes sense.
it's important to make a lot of art and put it out there so later on in the future they can hear a nigga from Southwest Philly
Yeah.
Right.
talking 2023.
You can't
Even
erase
us
that.
doing this video, these clips, like,
Right.
who knows how far in the future
Right.
they're gonna be watching this shit,
Exactly.
studying us,
Our kids or
taking from
grandkids.
us, you know what I'm saying, and building off the art we create today.
That's a fact. It's like,
That's deep.
sometimes it's, do you ever feel somewhat compelled or find yourself wanting to create some viral type shit?
Hell no,
To chase a hit type vibe?
never.
Never.
It's just not
Like
in
the
me.
label would want you to do
I
that.
think it's because I grew up in like, I don't know, like how I grew up in Philly.
Yeah.
Like, the main demeanor in Philly is like, I ain't about to dicky, I ain't about to be extra Joe, like, so everybody fuck with me, like.
Yeah.
But it's like when you're talented and you destined, you
Yeah.
kind of gotta put yourself out there. So, me being from Philly and me being gifted, it's a calm balance of like, put myself out there without being too Joe, but like knowing how to network, not
Yeah.
getting too like,
You gotta
you know what I'm
find
saying?
a fine line.
It's a fine line because sometimes when you are too Joe, people don't really respect you. You feel me? And like, you just look like you just giving yourself everywhere.
Yep.
Exactly.
And me,
They treat you like a son.
yeah, me, I just know my worth.
Treat
So
you like a son.
if I don't
That's
really care to
actually
rock with you, I won't.
Right.
And you sound really good to the point where I kind of feel like one time you had said you were like, you still want to create something. Because people would, I remember I would see people talk about, somebody said microwave rap, where it was like hot for a second and then it just goes cold and it's done. And you were like, well, I still respect that. Even though it's hot right then, I still respect
like,
it.
I listen
and
to
I like that because at
everything,
least you
like-
know, like, that gets its time and I still respect it. And
It's
even
the
if
voice of
mine
the
takes
streets.
time.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm
it's still
saying?
good.
Like, I don't think, even like in the 90s, everything that was made wasn't classic, and that's the golden era, you know what I'm saying? But like,
Yes,
everything
it
got
definitely
its
is
place
really
in
strong.
the game.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of people may feel like it's oversaturated with a certain thing, but I just got this forever youth thing in me. I'm just like, any new thing that come out, I find the gold in it.
Right.
And I'm fucking with it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I like it. I like
It's
new.
gonna connect still, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Evolution, like, so I like it all. And I can recognize which ones, like, that's gonna be here for
It's
a while.
really gonna work. It's really
exactly.
gonna
I
rock.
know what
You know what I'm
got
saying?
ear for it.
Yeah, and actually, like, only time could tell. Like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? So,
Exactly.
So when you made a transition from Young Savage to Shawn Smith, and you also like changed your demeanor about, you know, how you felt about certain shit, like you wasn't on the ghetto ratchet shit no more.
I'm crying.
Did you feel like it was?
I
Gonna
told
be,
you, I literally said to him, I was like, you look ghetto. You look like you was ghetto. You look like you like ghetto women.
No, I mean,
First.
this period, it's like a mindset thing. You could tell you got away from.
How would y'all?
Yes.
How would y'all define ghetto? Because I wouldn't say I'm
I'm
not
cracking up that
ghetto.
we both said the same thing, though.
Well,
I'm
it's more
from,
so.
like-
It's like, you know, when you say ghetto, you ain't talking like just from the hood. So I think you thinking ghetto like we all ghetto in a sense because we from Philly, so we have ghetto tendencies in a
Yes.
sense. But just more so on some street shit. Just you know what I mean. More
I feel like
hard.
Little, you know what I
You
mean?
was savage. Yeah.
yeah, but like even the niggas I hang around today, like I be street niggas,
Yeah.
like they my family and shit, or they just like
Right.
niggas I've been cool with, or yeah, we a little ghetto, but I feel like there's not one dynamic to me. Like
Right.
I'm ghetto, but you know, educated. I like art, or
Yeah.
I'm faithful. I got this faith. I believe in this, or
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So
There's like
let's look at it
different.
like that.
But I am that because that's just where I'm from.
It's in you.
It's
That's
foundational.
your foundation. Bang,
It's
bang,
found.
that's
You
perfect
can't
for
get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? Like
So I feel like you
it can't
lead now.
overpower you.
Right.
You know what I'm
Like
saying?
you
But
lead now with your artistic side, or you
Right.
lead now
Of course,
with your
yeah,
faithful
yeah.
side.
Right. Because
You
now
get
we
what I'm
see
saying?
something different.
Yeah.
You more guided
Yeah.
and grounded by
For sure,
something
yeah.
a little stronger.
Exactly.
So
of
now,
course, yeah.
when you made that transition and you grounded yourself in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
did you feel like it was going to kind of hurt your rap career in a sense? Like, was it going to become a harder road for you to go down?
Mm-mm.
Never felt that way?
I feel like it's gonna be whatever I created it to be. Like we was talking about, like we paint the picture.
That's a fact.
If I'm gonna rap like this, it's just what I'm on.
And you wanted to take
You know what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do this. I think I can be so confident in the stuff I'm going to create because I never just do the same thing like any project.
Yeah.
I never wanted to sound the same.
Yeah.
I'm always on a new sound, always on a new tempo. I done heard some shit from overseas. I done heard the underground nigga from West Philly that nobody know.
Right.
I'm like listening to everything and just getting inspired by all different vibes. So I'm just always on some new shit. I'm confident
Yeah.
and where I'm gonna take it.
So with
And
that,
anybody
you
who
know
be
that you
rocking
gonna
with
win
me,
that.
they be following me on my journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know I get that from niggas like Kanye West or Kendrick Lamar. You never
That's dudes
know
that
what they're
trust
gonna
in
drop.
themselves, yeah.
it's
Where they
always
don't gotta
different.
Go down those other paths.
Exactly. So I respect the game in that way. I just move like how they move. I just got a lot of faith in.
Yeah, I feel like it's still a scary role. It's like even when you look back and you look at Kanye documentary, how people was like trying to keep him in like a producer box,
Yeah.
where
Right.
like when he was trying to rap and shit, and dang like nah, I need you to do this.
Mm-hmm.
He telling
Yeah.
niggas like I want to rap and I do
Yeah.
that. Nobody
Yeah.
really wanted to hear it though because you not on the time everybody else on. You got
Exactly.
Jay the leader of the shit. He talking about
That's a hard
flipping the
road.
bricks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody around you a gangster. You want to talk about polos.
But
You feel
peep
like,
that,
damn,
right?
Can I do it? Y'all gonna let me? You know what I mean?
Peep that. Even
What
during
was
that
that
time,
dance?
right? On that time you talking about with Kanye,
Mm-hmm.
like, everybody want to beat Kanye, but they don't want to go through what it took to beat Kanye. Because during that time, niggas wasn't fucking with Kanye. It wasn't hot. We look back now and be like, oh, that shit he was futuristic. Oh, let's try to do it like him. But
They ain't want it.
back then they
ain't
wasn't fucking
They
with
wanted-
him.
yeah.
So it's like, I feel like, if anything now, like, the niggas who people not fucking with now is the niggas that got a chance to be that. And we be trying
Okay.
to look around like, yo, who the Kanye now? Well, who doing it now? And might not even be them niggas. It's the niggas y'all overlooking or
deep.
feeling like, yo, he different.
That's deep.
And I go through that a lot because I love innovative shit. Like, I feel like I always got an idea that's like first to do something. But it's like a gift and a curse because when I tell it to people, they like, oh, that can't be done. Like, are you nuts? Like, how we gonna do that? And then it get done. You know what I'm saying? And or if I don't tell nobody and I do it and it's left field, they like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Until like it get done by somebody with like a bigger mass. It's like, so, you know, it's a
That's
gift
the
and a
worst,
curse.
though. That's the worst shit ever.
Yeah, but like I feel like those type of like situations create legends. Like, it just take one idea
Yeah.
for me to just hit and be like, oh, okay, I get what he on and
Yeah.
whatever.
One person, at least one team who did that fully was like the Migos.
Mm-hmm.
If you look back, like you see how like everybody wear like the stacked denim jeans and all that shit. They was wearing them joints
Back
way
then, huh?
back. So it's like you
That's
go
crazy.
look, it's like it really just came full circle now.
Right.
But they been was on it.
I
It was
see
like
what you're saying.
I know this how you could go back and look and like, why they got on wide ass jeans?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they was wearing like you know how niggas wear like the short shirt, the short button shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Them joints they don't go all the way down, like they come right to your waist.
Crop
they was
joints.
on all that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it is wavy. Now you like looking at it, like, man, it's tight.
Don't get me
They
started
be on
about
it,
dressing, bro.
They
Even the
do.
shit I be rocking now, niggas be like, And they give you the comment like, damn, that look hard on you. I couldn't do it though.
Yeah,
but it look hard on you. It was like,
The second-hand joint.
Yeah, that's
But it's
crazy.
like,
That's bad.
and later on you see them do it and shit. And I get it, it just, you know, if you don't like recognize it, you just don't recognize it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But some people, I don't even think that people like, yo, I'm ahead. It's just, I be like looking at shit from somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? Like, like people I be around, they be like in other places.
Right.
So I'm hanging with them, I'm in other places, and I'm putting on different like,
Yep.
you know,
And
it's just
now I know.
how far you spread yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Yo. And I was about to say, now now you have Malcolm Cannon as your stylist. Malcolm. But when did that start? Like, I feel like what we was both saying, like, where did your style change? Like, back then, I feel like that was like, you looked like everybody. Like, you looked like back then. Like, that was the style back then. But now you are seeming like what we're saying, you're seeming more you now.
You jumped all the way into your individuality.
Right. So where did that happen? Where did that change?
It come from like, you know, surrounding myself with people that think like me.
So like you were like, now I have the courage to dress the way I always wanted to? Like, cause this style is different from
it's like, if you want to get into style, fuck with somebody that do style. If you want to learn how to rap, fuck with somebody that do rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
I see.
if I like style, I feel like I want to surround myself with people I feel like can create to the highest degree.
Yes.
And me and Mark, we just crossed paths like on some organic shit.
Yeah.
And we fuck with each other off rip, so we just started creating together. Everything we come
That's
to
good.
clothes, we just put plays together. You feel me? So my team alone, I surround my whole team with people with a relationship like I got with a Malcolm or like a producer. Like we just tapped all in with everybody. Same way, so.
You see yourself starting a clothing line?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to have clothing lines when I was younger, like
What?
making clothes and shit all the time.
You said,
Yeah.
hold on, pause. Did you just say?
I've done everything.
Did you just say you make clothes?
Yeah.
Even
now, like all the space shit, like what I did designed a lot of that shit.
Made.
I used to paint on jeans. I used to buy jeans.
Okay, you painted
go
on.
to the art store, create the
whole layout. That's nice
like,
though.
but
I can
it's
see
crazy.
you actually
like,
doing that
I was
though.
doing this in like, this was in high school, so I graduated 07, so let's say it's like 05. But during this time, that wasn't even like a thing. Like, you know what I mean? But that wasn't even a thing that people were doing. So like now you could look, and now you see all you do is all the paint on their jeans, or the Gallery Depot.
You could have definitely.
I was really.
Yeah, we used to do that back in the day.
You know what I mean?
I used to distress all the denim and then dye the rips and
big.
stuff like that.
Real rap.
Or the bleach spots. Like I feel like that was me. I love bleach.
Get creative with the
everything.
splashes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I
Gotta learn
bleached
how to splash it
everything.
right.
Yeah,
Yes.
that shit used to be hard, tie-dye, all that.
Yeah, that's when you know you're a real, like, you know, artist in the head, I guess. Like when you deal with that and everything that got something to do with art,
Yeah.
you just kind of fuck with everything. Like,
Yeah,
I was always
definitely.
into music.
No, this is my type of conversation. You just do whatever and it just look good and it's you.
Yeah.
And I love that.
You gotta find. I think it's part of finding yourself too.
Exactly.
Like you don't know exactly where you want to go. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Music or fashion, like, you know.
Oh,
you
yeah,
might end up like Kanye.
I was about to say, you could be anything.
All. And that's the thing. Like,
Everything.
even then, I got into filmmaking and
I feel like even
I started
even a lot of people get caught up in that. Like I'm trying to be like I Childish Gambino because he does this and that.
Oh wow, forgot about him.
I kind of had to erase all that on my mind because if I'm trying to follow that blueprint, I would feel weird if it falls short or something like that.
Right.
So I really just like follow my heart heavy because like if I start chasing something else, I'm going off the path.
Yeah.
Right? It's a certain path, like, you know what I'm saying, that you got to stay on. And
but it's trusting itself though, where you really find yourself at. Because it's like, even with this, it's always like, it's so many other shows. You can easily start looking at something else and start trying to mold yourself around what they doing because what they doing is successful.
Exactly.
But that's where you're gonna lose yourself at.
Yeah, you got to know where to draw the
both.
inspiration. Like, like that shit is inspiring. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta
like,
accept it as that. Don't take it and be like, this shit is inspiring, and the next thing you know, you're copying all the answers. You know what I mean?
And even with like rap, like it's a fine line, like even with that, cause what I even realized, all the best rappers, like wouldn't be them if it wasn't another rapper that they was just trying to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like we wouldn't have a Nas if it wasn't for Rakim. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of niggas is just trying to be Nas, and Nas was just like inspired by Rakim.
Inspired by Rakim.
Or niggas want to be Jay-Z. Jay-Z inspired by Big Daddy Kane.
Right.
So it just like passed down, and you really realize, as rappers, I realize, and every other rapper I know, we really just trying to rap like a bunch of our favorite rappers with our own voice. You know what I'm saying? And it work every time. That's why you'd be like, oh, he the new. Well, it's just like, because it's repeating itself.
But I feel like you get, I feel like when I first started rapping, it was like my man Sos was like, yo, you gotta change your style up. You sound like my raps would sound like a Drake rap.
I forgot
my
you
voice
rap.
may not sound like
That's
Drake,
hilarious.
but you could tell the way the cadence is or whatever it is. It's a Drake playing Dow Jones, but Drake was bald. So you know, we're gonna give him Drake. If Drake hot right now, I'm gonna give him Drake all the way. I'm gonna put on my Drake mindset. I'm gonna write this record, and it's gonna be on some Drake shit. But it was like, all right, you can't do that. You gotta be you. So eventually, like, you picked up all these skills from everybody. I could do this. Or I could be smooth like Ross, play with the words like Drake, get on some real poetic shit like Jay. Yeah. And then I could just do it my way and mash all that shit together. Next thing you know, you got smooth.
Right. And that finding your own voice at the end, that's a process even at the end, because only way you do that is like recording a lot.
Keep going. Yeah, it's like really repetitive.
Or rapping for 20 minutes.
Yeah, one of my mentors went crazy on me one day for that. Like just the importance of the consistency of recording every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because like, I had an opportunity to come up where I just had a trip where I was going to do a bunch of sessions. And he was like, yo, you recording every day, right? And I was like, not every day. And he was just telling me, like, you can't just jump into opportunities thinking you about to just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to really count on the consistency instead of the inspiration. Because I could sit up and be like, nah, I ain't inspired. I ain't going to create today. But then if I ain't inspired tomorrow, there's more records not getting done. And
you could lose inspiration for
But if I create every day, I don't gotta rely on inspiration. I rely on the consistency.
And the crazy part, in the consistency, you'll find inspiration again.
Exactly.
That's that shit.
And he really had to drill that into my head. I was like, damn.
Jim Jones said that shit. I fuck with Jim heavy too. And he said that shit was like, man, he said, just staying consistent. He said, I learned that if you stay consistent, you'll get through the dark days.
Facts.
Even when you don't feel like doing it, as long as you do it, you'll find yourself wanting to do it again.
Yeah, no cap.
Something gonna inspire you through one session. Now it's hot fire.
Yeah.
The whole season again. You know what I mean?
You start getting used to the feeling of having to do it when you don't want to. And that becomes familiar. That's how you just keep, you know what I'm saying?
Get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of being uncomfortable, Johnny's was acting. Was that like an uncomfortable thing for you?
I don't know.
It's a hell no.
I feel like, I don't know, like, I'm one of them crazy people who you talk to and they be like, yo, life is like a movie. I really feel like I'm just a character in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And acting, I feel like it's something, it just felt so familiar, even if you never did it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's from writing stories or
like
writing music, but I enjoy putting myself in situations and expressing. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's just an angry scene, we're going to express anger. And it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not like you like, I got to act like I'm angry. If we get into a scene, I got to tap into a time I was angry and really put myself there. You know what I'm saying? And I like read that in the acting book or whatever. But I'm like, damn. And just the art of that, period, is fun. Anything I can express. With dressing clothes, like what you're wearing is like expressing just how you feel. Just like in the physical view. So it's another expression for me. I enjoy it a lot.
So what is Johnny's about?
So the Johnny series is about like a carjacking, like culture.
I figured it was Johnny's.
In Philly, it's sick. Amir Rogers, HQ Lou, and Derek Mbetta. I want to say his name right, but they created the series, and it's fucking crazy.
That's hard.
And that's what you want to get into? Do you want to get into
sure,
more
film.
acting or film doing the directing?
I think I'm more so into the film directing and writing.
You'd rather do that.
Yeah, but if I need to, I'll jump in.
As you should.
I don't really care to be the.
Yeah.
I care to like cast people though. Like I see people all the time. Like
You
damn.
want to
Like,
see a whole creative thing come to life.
yeah, like.
There's something in that. It really is something in that. To
Yeah,
see
I
some
like-
shit go from paper. I tell people that all the time. It's like you really like a creator. You really could watch that thing come to birth. Like
Right, just out of thin air, you start from like a mustard seed idea, and it just sprout. It's crazy, but yeah, that's one of my passions. I hope to do, not even hope to do. I am.
Yeah.
Gonna do more of that. It's gonna be on the way. I just like satire. Like when I was younger, I had to pop that like, oh, they come in the room and shit. It'd be like super late, and it'd be Richard Pryor on the TV, and he'd be cracking up. Dirtiest jokes ever, and I'm just watching cracking up. So like, you know, from a young age, it's like black satire is like, just comedy is like, because you get to tell the truth and laugh.
even
But
in
it's
our-
like, you know,
I guess like Kevin Hart would say, at our pain.
yeah, you know what I'm
Shit
saying?
that would be
Like,
Yeah.
sad to go through. Like
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy had that joint where he said something about like, I got the ice cream, I got some ice,
Mm-hmm.
and he dropped the ice cream. And like you could feel that pain in that. You be salty. as shit,
facts,
drop the ice
yeah.
cream.
He's a
That was
goat.
like some of the funniest shit ever though.
I really respect comedians. Dave Chappelle, my favorite.
Yeah, that's a different type of life too, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that
And
comedian
what-
shit is no joke.
Would you do some type of like not stand up, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
would you? Well, I was going to a theater, not
I'ma do a
stand
stand-up
up,
one
but
day.
I didn't think you
For
was about to say that.
Yeah.
I was just about to say theater. You talk about stand up.
Yeah, like
You would do stand up comedy?
like
wait a
don't
second.
it's not going to be, don't expect it to be like funny, but it's like I feel like I'm a writer set.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's going to be funny, but the type of humor, I'm not like a Kevin Hart. I can't like
I
This
think you had
But
like that.
it's a nice
settled-
discussion
that
panel
chill
type.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some
I'ma
funny
do
shit,
that.
calm voice. I can see
Yeah, I've been
straight
writing.
face.
I probably got like 3 minutes of it. I'm working on 15.
That's
When I get-
hilarious.
When I get
Be like, look, I
when
got
I get
12
5
minutes.
minutes, I'm gonna start touring it. I'm gonna start like.
Yep, I got a
messing
couple
around.
minutes for you.
He said I got like 3 out of 15.
No cat.
That's
It's just another form of just expression. I get to really
just
say
wanna go through
anything I
everything,
want,
yeah.
however I want.
Well,
And it's like it's a joke, but it's my truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
somebody just was talking about that shit though, like how like you want comedy to be that, where you can say what you want, but
Yeah.
these days they pick shit apart so much where
They
it's
do.
like you feel like, can you even go on the stage and say what you want? It was the boy Theo Von, and he funny as shit too, but he just so raw. But I guess you gotta stay raw all the time so that people don't expect better out of you. Like that's how he pretty much kept it. Like he was just like on like some like, I don't want people to ever like try to censor me.
That's
So
why
I
I
just
just
say what I want whenever I
I
want.
just do whatever I want now,
Yeah,
off rip.
to
Like
stay away from that shit.
on my project, that's why I made sure like I gotta have like Break Myself Into, which is like a totally like different record than like a R&B record like On Me or History is like it's not like a radio record, but I can't be boxed into making one kind of song.
Right.
That is one thing I
Right.
refuse to do. That's why any opportunities, whether it's acting, whether I get to write a movie, like I'm showing people off rip, I'm open to everything. So
Yeah.
people tapping into Shawn Smith, whether you're a writer or anybody, and you see it, you like, oh, he can. I
You
might
gonna
want
do a
to.
little everything.
Yeah.
I'm down for that shit. You feel me? Like,
You know,
'cause-
just put him
Everything.
in a box.
yeah, like
That's good.
I got a lot to offer. Even just through the expression of what we want to say, is just many ways to express it.
Fact.
How we want to do it, how we want to get our point across.
So before we get out of there, I wanted to talk about Hope Dillon. That just
Yeah.
dropped in June 9th.
Mm-hmm.
What was the response you got from Hope Dillon? Because that was like, I feel like it was like your first project in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably since 2020.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a while since you dropped something.
Yeah.
What was the response you got?
The response was incredible. And I was like, I didn't know how the response was going to be because, like, you know, I feel like the sound sonically be different every time we drop. But that's what kind of get me excited. And the most important thing, I went into making this EP with a different style of making my records. Like I used to be like, I want a word, until I started feeling like, connecting to people is more important. Like, it's nothing like if I'm in a car with a girl and I put on somebody else's song and she get excited, I'll be thinking like, damn, I need to make a song that she put on and like really feel excited.
Right.
And you can't get that the way I was just word.
Yeah.
And I started falling in love with like getting a feel for like just a consumer. Like, I just was a consumer. So I just stopped making music and I just started listening to everything. You know what I mean? Realize how it made me feel. So now when I make records, I know it ain't all about like, I ain't give you all that.
Right.
But it's just like, you just want to hear, like, you want to put on a song and then like fold some clothes and let it play. I don't want to have something like, you gotta sit here and listen to this shit. Like,
pull out your glasses.
People drive cars while they listen to songs. So like, it kind of gotta be background music, but still good enough to listen to too.
Right.
Yeah.
And it take a while to kind of learn that formula. You gotta be around great producers like I was, fortunate enough to be around. So yeah.
I think that was part of it too, where you said like you step back and was consumer.
I always got to.
When you in it, you get lost.
You definitely would have to be.
Yeah, you just trying to sell. You trying to sell and keep up instead of going in the crowd at the concert and like looking at the show and like seeing how I feel that the speakers blasting at you and people jumping around you and seeing what they get excited about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I feel like that's important.
I think you just dropped the gem for some other artists. If you approach it like that, boy, you could make a lot of great music.
Yeah.
You're gonna touch people. That's probably what Drake get busy. I think that's probably his formula. I think he understands how to. He understands the science behind connecting to a person. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he does that with all his records.
Yeah, that's important. Like, I always put myself into. I always just keep myself a person. Period. You know what I'm saying? I'm a consumer first, like, and that's how I always be able to just have the self-awareness as an artist, like.
That's
You know what I mean?
So what's next?
What's next for me is
you about
more
to be
music.
30. So
Yeah,
you gotta aspire.
I'm crying.
You about to be 30. Sorry, I'm about to be 30.
There, right?
No, because
Government,
I'm about
all
to be
type
30.
of shit.
So
But-
look, I know what it feel like.
Sheesh.
She got your birthday.
I got I know everything,
Cooking
and I'm
me.
just trying to keep it in.
Cooking me.
Cause look,
But,
I feel like 30 is the moment where you think about like your life up until 30. That's how I think. Like when I turn 30, how has my life looked until then, and what do I aspire to look like in the next 10 years? Like what do I want to look like in my spiritual life? Everything. Like what does that look like? Even like goals, not like regular goals, like financial goals, but like mental goals. Where do I want to be at this point? Like, tell me where you want to be.
So I'm really into like self-awareness and like learning about myself, like why I act the way I act or feel the way I feel. So I want to continue to like really learn about myself. Because the more I learn about myself and get control of myself, I can be a better person for the people around me. And I really care about my family and friends and people I work with, anybody I'm around or whatever. So going forward, definitely just always being focused on my art. Got new music coming.
Ooh.
I want to spread out and like express more film, more fashion, merch. But more importantly, my brand,
your
like
merch?
Sink or Swim merch, yeah.
Sink or swim merch.
Yeah, so Sink or Swim, that's my brand and my movement. It's more like a lifestyle. I think it's gonna be like bigger than Nike, like one day.
Wow.
Like, so it's like I want to build it into a motivational like brand lifestyle.
That's all right.
And what do you sell? What is the merch?
Oh, the merch.
Is
So
it sneakers? Is it shirts?
Oh no, yeah. So we're gonna start out shirts. All the necessities for the lifestyle, shirts, pants, or whatever. But really just selling it in the way we move and inspire. Most importantly, because
that's the main thing.
Growing up, I was so tapped into my favorite artists. Anything they said and did, I was holding on to. Interviews like this, I probably could say them word for word. Right, so the shit they say, I'm really trying to do. You know what I mean? And I feel like, you know, for my brand, Sink or Swim, like, we all about knowing that you can swim through circumstances. So, like, moving to motivation, like, moving strong, like, and just, like, staying on point, you feel me? Like, so that's kind of what we want to build.
That's
and
good.
Eventually it'd be, like, record label and, you know, all that fun stuff.
I see it coming.
Yeah,
I do
so-
see that.
Yeah, we working on it.
Before we go, because since we talking about Sink and Swim, I want to talk the origination of Sink and Swim. I feel like when you first, I remember when you first came out with it, and I feel like it was like kind of you telling yourself it was Sink or Swim time.
Facts.
Like
It was.
That's
That's
real.
crazy.
Like I could
Yep.
feel it. Like you was,
That's
like you
deep.
gave all the shit a run,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like this
That's
time
deep.
it's Sink or Swim. Like
Real
if
shit.
we gonna jump in this bitch,
Yeah.
we either gonna swim or we gonna die trying. Like you know what I mean?
That's
Even
some
the
real
cover
shit.
art
That's
looked
how it
like
was.
that.
Yeah,
The cover art
it
looked like
really
you was
drive
swimming
you.
like that.
Yeah.
When I'm, especially at that time, it was definitely connected to a time. I started, 2013.
Yeah,
That's 10 years ago. Damn.
I've been tapped in a while, right? Ain't it
Yeah,
great?
that's crazy. But
surely
when I'm in the
have.
gym, like, that's all I think about, Sink or Swim. Like, and I know it could be the same for millions of people.
Yeah.
Yes.
It need to be like that for everybody, man. I tell my kids, you gotta get out this joint, get busy, and you gotta go all the way. You can't give it your half, because you only live, I mean, you know, you get reincarnated, but you only live once. This shit
Did
ain't
you just say
forever.
reincarnated?
You can, like, some people believe in reincarnation.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
But let the people know where to follow you at, how to keep up with your movement and everything you got going on.
For sure. All platforms, Shawn Smith Story, SHAWN Smith Story. Yeah, follow me. Tune in. I'm from Philly. I love art. I love real shit.
Right.
I hate fake shit.
Wow.
I hate
To the point.
I hate people who milk other people. I'm for the streets, you know what I'm saying? My brand is for the streets, my team for the streets. And all we want to do is create a way for people after we pass, for future artists to be able to hold it down.
That's a
So,
fact.
yeah.
Listen,
Big
man,
facts.
we really appreciate you coming through.
I appreciate being here.
We
Thanks for the
love
We
you.
food
enjoyed the food, man.
and the good vibes and the
Hope you enjoyed
interview.
the conversation and everything like that.
For sure.
It was a dope joint, man. Well,
Thanks
y'all
for
already know
having
who
me.
it is. It's your boy Smooth.
And it's your girl Lex.
Shawn Smith,
It's cooking up 25 hottest pancakes. in the
Sink or
city.
Swim.
Let's go.